Hey, good evening, everybody. A special edition of Carterville Lions basketball here on NewsRadio WJPF. Wednesday night edition. Scott Hudson, senior night here for the Lions. Can you believe there's only 3 games left in the regular season?
3 regular season games left. It seemed like it just started back in the week of Thanksgiving with the Pyramid Plus tournament of Heron. But here we are, 3 games left in the regular season. Carterville and Harrisburg going to play tonight. Senior night, and I don't care what sport it is in high school. As a senior, you want to win your senior night game, and this is a chance for Carterville to get a win against a struggling Harrisburg Bulldog team.
Yes, it is. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by the Bank of Carbondale's Carterville Banking Center. The Bank of Carbondale has an online mortgage center where you can check rates or you can apply for a mortgage anytime. For more information, visit the website at tboc.com. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. As we are here at the competition gym at Carterville High School. Basketball team is just now coming out, so our pregame is going to be just a touch longer as we talk about our seniors here tonight. We'll hear from Coach Shane Hawkins coming up, and I had a rather lengthy conversation with him for you here on the pregame show. Carterville coming off, find out what Carterville team it shows up here tonight and this week. 2 weeks ago, went back-to-back overtime games on last-second shots last weekend. Go to Nashville, take a beating to the #1 team in the state. And then on Saturday night, lose to Sparta, who won back-to-back conference games in the first time in who knows how long. Which team shows up tonight?
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what happens because I look at that Sparta game, and roughly the last 19 minutes of the game, from the 3-minute mark of the second quarter through the third and fourth, Carterville scored a combined 11 points. At one time in the second quarter, Carterville led 26-13, had everything under control, and then the bottom just fell out. So tonight, they're going to have to find a way to get more offense because you're going to have to score more than 11 points and a half to win a ball game.
It is senior night here. Carterville has some injury news that we'll tell you about coming up in just a few minutes, but as we present the seniors tonight. First off, Tyler Biddle for the Lions. Tyler, the 5'11 senior, his mom and dad joined. Tony Cruz, the 6'6 senior, played in 1 game so far. He's going to get the start tonight for the Lions. Also have Dylan Moore, number 24, his mom and dad joining him on the floor. Cody Rector. Cody got a big bucket here last weekend, I think Friday night. And just a kid with one of the best attitudes and really enjoy being around Cody. And then, of course, Luke Stritzel, the senior. Those are the 5 senior players for Coach Shane Hawkins here this evening. Then the cheerleaders, of course, there's 4 cheerleaders, but that are seniors. They're recognizing also the bowling team seniors here this evening for the boys and the girls teams. You remember your senior night?
You know, I hate to admit it, but no, I do not. I do not remember my senior night. But
I remember senior football.
That was back in the covered wagon days, so we won't go back that far. But I'm sure we'll get the flip side of this probably Friday night at Pinckneyville.
Yes. And
then definitely get it a week from this Friday night at Heron, as that will be the last regular season game of the year for everybody. So, but it's, you know, honestly, it's kind of like football. We talked about this during football, senior night during the football season. This night is more emotional for the parents than it is the kids. The kids don't know. Down the road, they'll look back at this and, they'll have some great memories. But for parents, this is kind of an emotional night because they know that, their kids' high school days are just about over.
My Allie's one of the senior cheerleaders.
Yeah.
It's hard.
Yep.
It's hard. I had sat and had dinner with her. They had a special dinner here catered by Fazoli's, and we were just talking. I said, Sis, I can't believe it's here. And she was the same way. So Bethany Eckendur, she's being recognized now. One of the senior cheerleaders. First year of cheerleading for Bethany. She's outstanding. Then you have Annalise Dunderdale, that's being introduced now. Of course, this cheerleading team, remember, 5th in the state overall. Just a fantastic season for Coach Linda Drust and this cheerleading team. Delaney Howerton now being introduced. Her mom, one of the assistant coaches, Bonnie. And then here's my Al coming up, Allie Turner, her mom and her dad, and they're being recognized here this evening. Just a special night for seniors wherever you're at. And thank you it's been fun to watch all these teams. The wrestlers, the cheerleading, the bowling. I mean, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, and all the teams have had success to a certain extent, obviously some more than others. But, you know, I think the big thing about this senior basketball class, obviously some of the seniors played more than others, but the seniors that played, at the end of the day, what matters the most to a coach, to a head coach, is not the wins or the losses. That's not the number one priority. How hard did you play the game? Did you give it everything you had that night? And I think that's one thing Coach Hawkins and his seniors can hold their head high about, is every single night they left it on the floor. There was no questions about that.
We're going to go on and take our first break. When we come back, we're going to get into our pregame show, and we're going to hear from Coach Shane Hawkins. He talks about this group of seniors, and we'll do that when we come back. Carterville Lions getting ready to take on the Harrisburg Bulldogs here on News Radio WJPF. Bring it back to me, Brian. Okay, we've still got 12 minutes left, so. Thank you. Okay. There you go, Coach Shane Hawkins joining us on our pregame show here this evening, senior night, Scott. And you can tell that Coach has a real affinity for these 5 seniors.
Well, they've been here with him obviously as long as he's been here, and you know, it's not just about what the interaction on the court, in the classroom, you know, around the school. I mean, it's not just a basketball thing. This is a friendship and whatever you want to call it that they've developed over the last 3 years for Coach Hawkins, and so it's a very emotional night for everybody, including the coaches, because he knows it's the last time he's going to get to coach these young men.
Don't forget, tonight's game is available, as always, on our YouTube live stream page. If you just search Harrisburg Bulldogs at Carterville Lions Senior Night, you'll find it there. You can watch and listen to the game. We appreciate you tuning in. When we come back, Scott and I are going to talk about the basketball game here this evening as the Lions prepare to take on Coach Randy Smith, Peter, and the Harrisburg Bulldogs next on News Radio WJPF. Back at Carterville High School, Dave McKenzie along with Scott Hudson on senior night. Carterville coming off back-to-back losses a week ago. Scott, Nashville, no surprise that Nashville knocked off the Lions. Carterville hung in there within 6 in the third quarter. Nashville put them away late. The surprise was the fact that Sparta got the win over Carterville 48-37. The key moment of that game, Eli Downen goes out early in the third quarter with 4 fouls. and didn't come back in until the fourth quarter. And now we learn that the Carterville Lions are going to have to be without Eli probably for the rest of the season.
Yeah, fractured his hand in the Sparta game, and it's really kind of a mystery on how he did it, when he did it. Nobody seems to know what happened, but it is a big loss. I mean, you've got your leading scorer, one of your top rebounders, a guy that this offense is centered around, no longer there for the last 3 games. So it's going to take more than one player to fill his shoes. Stritzel's probably going to get more playing time now. The bench is probably going to get a little deeper because of that, but a tough break for Eli, who is having a great year, especially since the El Dorado Holiday Tournament.
I talked to Eli a little bit earlier when I walked in, and I had heard that he may be out, and I walked in, he held up the cast, and I asked him, I said, what happened? And in that Sparta game, he really went to battle with Dawson Algie. The 6'4" is a nice matchup, and they fought in that paint all night long. And not anything dirty, it was just a
Yep.
good, hard battle inside. He told me that he went back and looked at the videotape to see when he heard it. He doesn't know. He said he didn't hit the floor. He doesn't know, but it started bothering him. So that's about 19 points a game that the Lions are going to lose tonight. And like you said, somebody's going to have to step up and make up for those points.
Well, we saw what happened against Sparta when he went out of the game with foul trouble. He picked up his 3rd and 4th real quick.
Bang, yeah.
And, he had to sit for a long period of time, and the offense was really stagnant. Nobody stepped up, could make a shot. So somebody's going to have to do that tonight here on senior night. And as I said earlier, you don't want to lose on senior night.
We're going to go on and take another break. When we come back, we'll continue here. Senior night for the Carterville Lions as they host the Harrisburg Bulldogs on News Radio WJPF. Wednesday night edition of high school basketball here on News Radio WJPF. Carterville comes into this game 12-16, 4-5 in conference. Of course, it's a cross-conference battle here this evening, but Harrisburg comes in 6-20. Not a typical Randy Smith-Peters team. Talked to him back in the summer, and he told me, he says, we're gonna have a long season. They're young. But again, it's a Smith-Peters team.
It's been a long, long time, if ever, that a Smith-Peters team's come into the last week and a half of regular season with only 6 wins. But teams eventually go through cycles, and Harrisburg obviously hitting one of theirs. And, you can only play the cards you're dealt. And it's been a real struggle this year. But as you said, Coach Smith-Peters knew it was going to be, so I think he's just trying to get this team ready for the future.
Oh, and you heard Shane Hawkins say on the pregame, all you can ask is, and he says what's made the season bearable is the fact that practices, the guys haven't quit in practice. They come in and they work hard. They're eager to learn. They're just young and overmatched, and that's going to come back, and they'll be back to a regular Harrisburg team, as will this Carterville Lions team. Better look at the improvement we've seen over the 3-win season last year, and we're still young. this Lions team is still young. Next year, there's a ton of sophomores that are going to be playing as juniors.
Well, you've got your 3 big building blocks coming back next year. Bryce Anderson, your point guard, and the 2 guys down low, and Garby and down. And then hopefully some kids may grow, may get stronger, may get better over the summer. That's coming back, and who knows, maybe not next year, but in a couple of years, you're going to have that 8th grade class that's probably going to have a big effect on this basketball program.
Let's talk about that. The Carterville Junior High boys, they won their semifinal game against Westland for the Class L state title. They're going to play tomorrow night at 7:30 for the state title against Wolf Branch. That's out of Swansea, Illinois. Congratulations to Corey Klauser and the junior high boys. Corey's going to join us for a couple minutes on the halftime show. The Carterville girls won their semifinal regional game last night over Carbondale, 70-34. They forced Carbondale had no idea what hit them in that first quarter. Carterville forced 14 turnovers, led 30-6 at the end of the first quarter. They're going to play Centralia tomorrow night for the regional final.
Yeah, congratulations and best of luck to the junior high boys and also the girls. And I've always said this, when you go into the postseason, upsets can happen. But if you're the more talented team, you have to come and do the little things. You have to be prepared mentally to play in the postseason. And I think Coach Crane has to be very, very happy with the way they started last night.
His team is 27-3, number 7 in the state rankings this week. And then we also want to say congratulations to Matt Jones from the wrestling team. He advances to the state wrestling tournament this weekend. Congratulations to him. And congratulations to Brett Dial and the staff last weekend. But not only with the junior high tournament and our basketball games over at the junior high, but the sectional. This place was rocking for the finals that night for wrestling, and they just did an outstanding job. We're going to go on and take our final break. When we come back, we'll have the starting lineups and the tip-off here for the Lions as they host the Harrisburg Bulldogs next on News Radio WJPF. Job well done by the Carterville Pep Band, who's going to be heading to the girls' state tournament this year. They are the official pep band for the Class 1A and the 2A girls' championship games. Congratulations to Nick Williams, well-deserved, to the band, who will be heading to state here in a couple of weeks. I'm Dave McKenzie, Scott Hudson alongside the only high school basketball game in Southern Illinois that I'm aware of tonight, Scott.
We're it.
That's it.
We're it.
You're on. Here's your spotlight, right. Mr. Misdeville.
Turn on News Radio WJPF and listen to us. You can watch us on the stream. And I am very, very happy. I heard a rumor today that I was going to show up here tonight and you were going to be dressed up as Cupid for Valentine's Day. And I'm very happy to say that you're not.
You missed it.
Oh, I missed it.
You just missed it right before
I got
all that off.
Okay.
Put on the call-in.
Well, I was afraid you didn't. I've heard you don't shoot your bow and arrow very straight, so I was a little worried about that.
The Harrisburg Bulldogs are being introduced now. Coach Randy Smith-Peters is going to go with the 6-foot junior, number 11, Zane Hayes. Number 23, the 5'8 junior, Will Gibbs. Number 25, Will Sanders, the 6'3 senior. Will is a popular name apparently in Harrisburg. Number 30, Jesse Lawler, the 6'2 sophomore. And Andrew Biddle, the 5'10 sophomore, number 33. So again, it's going to be Hayes, Hawkins, Gibbs. Hayes, Gibbs, Sanders, Lawler, and Biddle. My highlighter got into the word Hawkins, and that threw me off. For the Coach Randy Smith-Peters, they're 6-20. They are 0-9 in the conference.
Only one senior on this team, and he starts, that being Will Sanders. Very young team. They've got sophomores. They've got a couple of freshmen, 3 freshmen on the team. So this is a work in progress for Coach Smith-Peters. He's normally not in this position, but I'm sure he'll do a good job.
A very special starting lineup for the Carterville Lions and Coach Shane Hawkins tonight. All 5 seniors get the start. First, it's going to be Mr. Luke Stritzel, the 6'1 senior. He wears number 5. Also, the 6'6 senior, Tony Cruz. He played as a freshman, didn't play a sophomore and junior year. He did see action last weekend for just a couple of minutes. Glad to see Tony on the floor. Cody Rector, number 3, the 5'9 senior, will be the 3rd starter. Then, of course, you have Tyler Biddle, the 5'11 senior, wears number 22. And finally, Dylan Moore, the 6-foot senior, number 24. So for Coach Shane Hawkins, his all-senior starting lineup, good group of boys out there right now. Stritzel, Biddle, Moore, Cruz, and Cody Rector.
I'd love to see Carterville come out. Cruz hit a nice shot on the inside, bank it in, and then Rector hit a big 3. That'd be a perfect way to go out.
That would be a perfect start. They tried like heck at Nashville to get Tony a point in that game up there, and he had a couple of shots. They just come up a little bit short. So Coach Shane Hawkins has his Lions gathered around him. Carterville cheerleaders doing their final welcome to the crowd here. Nice crowd from Carterville. Harrisburg traveled reasonably well this evening, but a special edition of high school basketball in Southern Illinois here in the home of Carterville Lions Sports News Radio WJPF. The officials are ready to go. Teams are on the floor. Tony Cruz is going to jump against number 25, Will Sanders for Harrisburg. Both teams are ready to go. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Lions basketball for you here on News Radio WJPF. Officials are ready, whistles blown, and it's going to be the Bulldogs that control the tip. In the backcourt, it's going to be Will Gibbs, number 23. He brings it across the timeline, takes it right to the hole, misses the layup, and Tony Cruz gets the rebound for the Lions. Tyler Biddle brings it across timeline, gets it down low on the block, gets it to Cruz, takes it, they leave it wide open, right hand layup, Tony Cruz gets the layup.
Did I call that or what?
Absolutely.
Now if I get a 3, I'm buying my lottery ticket
I
tonight.
promise you, Cody will chuck it. He's ready to go as we're Lions have the 2-0 lead. Oh, that just does your heart well, seeing Tony Cruz get on the board to start things off. Senior night here for the Carterville Lions. That's going to be the promo for next week right there.
There you go.
I promise you. Just a little over 7 minutes left in the first quarter, just underway, as Harrisburg gets the easy layup underneath the bucket to Zane Hayes, and we're tied at 2. Tony Cruz has it up top. One dribble, gets it to Tyler Biddle, sets the pick for Tyler. Tyler dribbles to the right side, gets it to Cody Rector. He dribbles around the top of the arc, hands off to Dylan Moore, and now Luke Stritzel down low to Tony Cruz. The 6'6 senior has the ball tipped. It winds up in Carterville's hands. Rector fires, no good. It's a whistle and a foul, and it's going to be on Luke Stritzel, the first of the game for Luke.
Well, Rector was open in the corner, and he wasn't bashful. He took the shot, just couldn't get it to go.
He had a three-pointer last year. He had one here, I think it was at Nashville, actually. I have to look back and see. As the right-hand layup is no good by Harrisburg. That's 2 layups they've missed already in the first minute and a half. Here comes Dylan Moore. Rector's going to fire from 18, just short. Put-back rebound is good. Luke Stritzel, and he gets fouled, and will go to the line.
Yeah, Luke didn't play last week, and boy, they sure miss his ability to get inside, get rebounds, and his outside shooting ability.
Foul is going to be on Andrew Biddle for Harrisburg. And Luke Stritzel's at the line to try to complete the and one. This Lions broadcast brought to you by Mayor Brad Robinson and the entire city of Carterville.
I take that back. Luke did play Saturday night, didn't he? Against Sparta.
I don't know. I'll have to look.
I thought he did play, so I apologize.
He hit his free throw. No, he did not play.
He did not play. Okay. Well, I was right the first time.
It's 5-2, Carterville. Driving to the bucket. Jesse Lawler puts it up, misses another shot, and Luke Stritzel gets the board. He's been big here early on as Tyler Biddle brings it across the timeline. Stritzel has it. Kick out pass to Dylan Moore. His shot is partially blocked, and Harrisburg comes away with the ball, as it was Will Sanders that got the block on the shot. 5.5 remaining in the first quarter. Gibbs, top of the key, it goes to Lawler. Now toward the right side to Andrew Biddle. Into the paint, back to Lawler, puts it up, no good. Battle for the board, and Tyler Biddle of Carterville pulls down the board. Quickly the other way. 3-on-2, but they slow things down. Tyler Biddle puts the shot up, and he gets fouled, and will go to the line and shoot 2 free throws.
Harrisburg, I think every one of their shots they've taken so far have been inside 5 feet. They've only made one of their first 5 shots.
It's 5-2. The foul on Jesse Lawler, and Tyler Biddle is at the line shooting 2 free throws for the Lions. First one is good. Nice start by the Lions.
Yeah.
6-2. Second for the senior. Gets that to go. 2 for Tyler. Carterville's up 5, 7-2. Across midcourt, that's Gibbs. Gets it to Sanders. Hands off to Lawler.
That's at least 3, if not 4, literally layups that Harrisburg has missed in this game.
Ball belongs to Harrisburg. Gibbs triggers, gets it in. Nice defense by Luke Stritzel as Lawler has to back it out. They get it to Biddle, and he makes that his first bucket of the game. Excuse me, Will Sanders with the bucket. Cody Rector has it. Same starters are on the floor for the Lions right now. Tyler Biddle takes it to the hole, has to back it up. Tony Cruz has it, fakes the shot, gets it back to Tyler Biddle. 12-footer's good for Tyler. He's got 4 here in the game for the Lions.
And Cruz did a good job down low, not only when he got the ball to get separation, but to get it back to Biddle.
Another layup missed by Will Sanders. And we have a jump ball that is called the possession arrow, belongs to the Carterville Lions. Wow, that is like 5?
I think that was Gibbs and Moore battling for the ball underneath.
Yeah, it was.
Man, I've never seen a team miss that many layups that early, that
quickly. In a row.
Yeah.
Dylan Moore has it, gets it to Tyler Biddle. Now they bring it near side. Cody Rector dribbles around the top. Luke Stritzel takes over, down low to Cruz. He gets bumped, fakes the handoff, skip pass to Tyler Biddle, wide open for 3, off the iron, no good. Tony Cruz, the rebound, putback is no good. And Tony Cruz winds up on the floor.
That would have brought the house down if he'd scored.
Yes, it would have, as he got the rebound, a 3 ball from Harrisburg's Andrew Biddle is good. Finally breaks that streak of missed bunnies for Harrisburg. It's 9-7.
Well, all they need to do is go beyond the arc.
Yeah, exactly.
Layups aren't any good. Go beyond the arc.
2-point lead for the Lions, 3.5 here in the first quarter. Dylan Moore to Biddle, now to Rector. Now they bring it near side to Stritzel. Fires from just an inside 3, misses the shot. Harrisburg, the outlet pass on the rebound. Miss another layup. Tony Cruz, another rebound. Here comes Tyler Biddle. Hands it off to Cody Rector. Tony Cruz, head fake for the 3, gets it back to Rector. Rector leaves it for Tyler Biddle. Back up top. Tony Cruz gets his man in the air. No foul called. Drives the lane, loses the handle. First turnover, and Tony's going to pick up his first foul.
Tony had an opening to go from the top of the key into the lane, but I don't think playing point guard is something that he's used to doing, but hey, he leads. Right now he's got three rebounds, got 2 points. Nice job by the senior.
Tony Cruz checks out. Cody Rector checks out. The fans standing on their feet, applauding the 2 seniors. Tony says, I need a drink of water. Been playing. Well done, boys.
Probably going to sign autographs down at the end of the bench.
We'll be here all night. Nice layup by Harrisburg's Will Gibbs, his first bucket of the game. And we are tied at 9 at the 2:30 mark here in the first. Bryce Anderson into the game for the first time. Also, Austin Garvey back to Anderson. Now they go to Tyler Biddle. Head fake, leaves it for Dylan Moore. Wide open for 3, off the iron, no good. Garvey the rebound, put back is good. Austin Garvey.
Garvey's always going to be around the basket.
And a foul on Tyler Biddle out front as it was Will Gibbs that got fouled. 2:09 remaining here in the first quarter. Carterville, the 2-point lead, 11-9. On the floor, Will Gibbs winds up on his back. Gets the ball, drives the lane, has his shot blocked by Garvey. Here come the Lions. That should have been a foul as Bryce Anderson got smoked at midcourt. No foul called, but the ball is hit out of bounds, and it's going to belong to the Lions.
That was more like a football game for about 5 seconds there.
And Luke must be bleeding as the official walks him to the Lions bench, escorts him over. So the trainer for Carterville will take a look at him. Don't know where the bird, maybe a nick on the cheek. So checking in for the Lions is going to be Cameron Hall, who will replace Luke Stritzel. Lions have the basketball. Just under 2 minutes remaining here in the first quarter. Dave McKenzie and Scott Hudson on News Radio WJPF. Cam checks, gets the ball in to Anderson. Pressure by the Bulldogs. Bryce slows it down as he steps across midcourt. He'll set the offense for the Lions. Drives the right side of the lane. Off the glass. In and out. And Garvey ties up with Brendan Watson. It's a jump ball, and it's going to belong to the Bulldogs.
Boy, Anderson made a nice move to get into the paint, but he just couldn't get it to go.
As Gibbs leaves it, spin move on the left baseline. Should have been a travel. They're calling a jump ball, and it's going to belong to the Lions. So another turnover on Harrisburg.
Good job by Anderson. Once Lawler spun into Anderson, he grabbed the ball and created the turnover.
They get the ball quickly to Tyler Biddle. Right wing, now to Bryce Anderson. To Cam Hall. Left wing it goes to Dylan Moore. Bounce pass to Tyler Biddle. Baseline shot from 15 is good. 6 for Tyler Biddle in the game. 13-9 Carterville. Into the front court. Jesse Lawler looks back at Randy Smith-Peters, gets the call. Drives, bumps on the block, puts the shot up, no good. Austin Garvey, been in for less than a minute, has 2 rebounds already for the Lions. Bryce Anderson to Garvey, now to Tyler Biddle. Head fake for 3. Drives to the free throw line, leaves to Dylan Moore. Pass inside to Garvey. Now to Biddle, who fires from 3, too strong. Ball is tipped out of bounds by Cameron Hall. It's going to belong to the Harrisburg Bulldogs.
Good pace to this game.
Yeah, back and forth, loving it. This Lions broadcast brought to you by Southern Illinois Healthcare, dedicated to the communities we serve. Call toll-free 866-744-2468 or visit SIH.net. 2-point game now, 13-11, 10 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. Bryce Anderson holds with 7, 6, gets a move, leaves it over to Dylan Moore, drives the baseline, puts the shot up, gets it to go. Dylan Moore to end the first quarter. His first field goal of the game, and it's a 15-11 lead for your Carterville Lions. Second quarter action next on News Radio WJPF. If you're watching online, hope you're having a great evening. Into play at the first quarter, Carterville leads it 15-11.
Carterville shot 40% in that first quarter, only 28% for the Bulldogs.
Carterville only 2 turnovers in that first quarter. They're led in scoring by Tyler Biddle. He has 6. Luke Stritzel has 3. Dylan Moore, 2. Austin Garby, 2. And Tony Cruz, 2 for the Lions. 15-11 as we start play here in the second. Harrisburg has the basketball. As up top, it is Will Gibbs. The shot, no good. Rebound, it's on the floor. Bryce Anderson, gets in there, ties it up. Possession arrow belongs to the Lions.
Mr. Anderson getting in on the rebounding parade.
Yes, he is. Cam Hall needs to get it in, does to Dylan Moore. Bryce Anderson pulls the defender with him, and Moore brings it across the timeline. 4-point lead for the Lions, 15-11. Cam Hall hands to Bryce Anderson, fires from 3, way short, and the rebound comes off to Brandon Watson for Harrisburg. Quickly the other way. With the ball is Lawler, dribbles around top, left-right dribble. Cam Hall on him, nice switch defensively as Dylan Moore takes over on Lawler. Lawler can't figure out what to do, pushes off with the right hand, called for the charge. Turnover as he slaps his hands at Dylan Moore. Turnover on Harrisburg.
That was out in the open, right in front of the official. That was an obvious call. 3 turnovers now on the Bulldogs.
And the second foul on Jesse Lawler. Carterville will trigger. It's going to be Cam Hall. His ball is tipped out of bounds as the Harrisburg player slides into Todd Rogers, who did not. That's what you call a blindside right there.
That's right.
That was unintentional. So Carterville gets it in. Here comes Bryce Anderson across midcourt. On the far side to Dylan Moore, left wing. Bounce pass to Cam Hall. Tyler Biddle takes it around toward the top of the key. Austin Garby from the elbow. Nice idea. He was trying to cut Cameron Hall, who was cutting, but the pass was behind. I think he saw him at the very last second, and Cam Hall had already made the cut.
Yeah, once Garby went up, Hall thought he was going to take the shot, so he was going to the basket to try to get a rebound.
Ball goes out of bounds off of Harrisburg, and it's going to belong to the Lions. Another turnover on Harrisburg.
They've got 4.
Don't forget, tomorrow night, the Carterville ladies are going to be playing for a regional championship in Carbondale. 7:30 is game time. They're going to take on Centralia as Dylan Moore fires, and we've got a whistle and a foul. It's going to be on the Harrisburg Bulldogs. Andrew Biddle for Harrisburg just picked up his second foul. Jesse Lawler has 2 fouls. 2 of their starters with 2. Nice feed to Cameron Hall. He misses the layup. The shot was blocked, and the Bulldogs get the rebound. They take it the other way. Across midcourt, Will Gibb gets the pick. Down low, the ball goes to Barners. He loses the handle. It's on the floor. Carterville's all over it. Barners by himself. And I think he may have got hit in the face a little bit. Possession arrow on the tie-up belongs to the Bulldogs.
Yeah, we had a frantic pace in that first quarter. Now it's kind of quieted down a little bit here in the second.
Bulldogs have it on the baseline. They get it in to Will Sanders across the free throw line. Back to Sanders, now to Will Gibbs. Gibbs out top toward the logo at midcourt with the right-hand dribble to the right wing. Gets it to Zane Hayes. Puts the shot up, gets fouled.
Charge.
They're going to call the charge on Zane Hayes. Carterville's catching the breaks here early.
Yeah, they are. Carterville needs to extend this lead beyond 4 points because Harrisburg looks like they're really having problems scoring tonight. And if Carterville can get some momentum going in the last 5:57 of the second quarter, they might be able to get a big lead going into halftime.
Luke Stritzel checks back in after being taken care of by the training staff. He replaces Cameron Hall. Bryce Anderson comes across midcourt, has the ball, gets it to Stritzel. 15-footer from Stritzel's good. Keep him in the game. He's got 5 here in the contest. And a 6-point lead for the Lions. Will Gibbs dribbles across the top of the key, sets the offense, rearranges them, gets it to Barners. Barners down low. He gets the layup for the Lions. He had a nice JV game. He's got 4 here in this varsity contest. Bryce Anderson. Now to Luke Stritzel, to Tyler Biddle on the right wing. Nice cut to Luke Stritzel. Gets the layup. Back-to-back buckets from Luke Stritzel. 7 for the senior. 19-13, 6-point lead for the Lions.
And another turnover by Harris. Whoa.
Shane,
that
come on.
That went off the leg of a Harrisburg player. Shane Hawkins, you got to be kidding me. All three of you missed that?
And Shane's talking to the backside judge. I mean, we saw it from up here.
Yeah.
But it's going to belong to the Bulldogs. Big break for the Harrisburg right there. Inbounds pass comes to Lawler up top, into the paint. Watson now gets it to Gibbs. He drives, leaves it down low. It's tipped away, winds up in the hands of Sanders, and he travels with the ball. Is that the third turnover here in the quarter?
I've got him for 6 for the game.
That's the fourth. I missed one. 6-point lead, under 5 here in the half. And we have a whistle and a foul on Harrisburg. It's going to be on Will Gibbs. The first on the junior.
Coach Smith-Peters working the officials.
As always.
Yep.
Fun one to watch, I know that. Coach Smith-Peters was inducted into the Southern Illinois High School Coaches Hall of Fame at Rentwan Park last summer and was able to spend some time with him. They're calling Tyler Biddle with a foul as he tied up in the backcourt.
Yeah, Carterville with another turnover. They've got 4 in the game now.
Watch this matchup with Tyler Biddle and Jesse Lawler. They've kind of been going at it here early. But when Coach Smith-Peters was inducted into the Hall of Fame, they put pictures of him on the sideline, and we just stood there and kind of chuckled because they were pretty animated. Carterville forces another, and Harrisburg gets it back, and the layup is good from Darian Barners. He's got 6 and has the chance to go to the line and shoot the N1.
Yeah, Garby got him on the back. So Harrisburg could cut this Carterville Lions lead to 3.
19-15, 4:26 on the clock. Darian Barners, the 6-foot junior, he's got 6, and he's at the line and hits his 7th point. So it's a 3-point game now. Carson Pearson into the game for the first time. Skip pass to Dylan Moore to Bryce Anderson. Fires from about 15. Good for Bryce Anderson. His first field goal of the game, Scott, 21-16.
Anderson's really gotten better as the season's gone along.
He sure has. Into the paint, turnaround jumper from Barners is no good. Bryce Anderson gets rebounds as well. He's not just fast. And a good shot as the ball's tipped out of bounds. It's off the hands of Jesse Lawler. It's going to belong to the Lions here just below us. 3:56 in the half. We're going to talk to junior high coach Corey Klauser. His junior high team playing for a state championship, Class L, tomorrow night. And so Corey's going to come join us for a couple minutes. Bryce Anderson, his shot off the backboard, and the rebound comes off to Lawler. But it goes off to Carterville, and Harrisburg gets it back somehow as Will Gibbs has it now. Toward the right wing, more on him defensively. 3.5 remaining here, and we have a whistle and a foul, offensive foul on Darian Barners.
Yeah, he shoved Anderson with his forearm, and Anderson went flying, and that was not an act.
No.
He literally got hit.
Bryce Anderson will not flop. If he going to battle you all the way to the end. We have a timeout here at the 3:30 mark. It's 21-16. We'll be back in 30 seconds on News Radio WJPF. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by Charlie's Air Conditioning and Heating in downtown Carterville. For over 30 years, a certified York dealer And they service all brands. Called 985-2502, Charlie's Air Conditioning and Heating.com. A 5-point lead for the Lions, 21-16. Carterville 12-16 on the season. Harrisburg comes in 6-20 on the year, so a big win big game for both teams. Carson Pearson has his pocket pick. Should have been a travel, not called. It goes out of bounds off of Harrisburg. Carterville's going to wind up with it anyway, but officials missed about 3 calls right there in that one little sequence.
Well, they did. Carterville turned the ball over, then Harrisburg fumbled it out of bounds, so a turnover for each team.
Anderson triggers, gets it to Garby. He tries to drive the baseline, cut off nicely by Barners. Up top it goes, Stritzel, now right wing to Bryce Anderson. To Dylan Moore here toward the right pockets. Pearson back to Moore, left-hand dribble to the elbow, leaves it for Garby. Back to Moore. He takes it to the hole, skip pass over to Pearson. From 3 is good for Carson Pearson.
Carterville's first 3 of the game.
And it comes from the junior Pearson. 24-16, 8-point lead now for the Lions. Gibbs leaves it to the corner. 3 ball off the iron is no good. Off the top, it goes off the shot clock here. And it's going to belong to the Lions.
Carterville's had good ball movement in the half court offense. It's just sometimes they've had problems getting the ball up the floor.
Nice backdoor pass cut to Dylan Moore from Bryce Anderson. Boy, they could see each other there, and Dylan Moore converts. 3 ball from Harrisburg is no good. Luke Stritzel pulls down the board. That was a quick shot on the other end by the Bulldogs.
Great pass, great look by Anderson to notice Moore wide open.
Stritzel from 15 is good. 9 for the senior. We asked who was going to take over scoring for Eli Downen. And so far it's been Luke Stritzel as Will Gibbs takes it to the hole, misses the layup. Dylan Moore pulls down the board. Here come the Lions. 28-16, under 2 minutes left here in the half. Carson Pearson, left wing to Garby now, top of the key. Leaves it for Moore. Back to Pearson, back to Anderson. Fires from 3, too strong. It goes out of bounds, should be off of Harrisburg. It's going to belong to the Carterville Lions.
It's been that kind of night for the Bulldogs. Easy rebound coming down to the Bulldogs, and they knock it out of bounds. Sanders just could not corral it.
We've got a coach's timeout taken by Coach Shane Hawkins. It's a 30-second timeout. We'll be back in 30 seconds on News Radio WJPF. This Lions broadcast brought to you by the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local 702. Proud sponsor and supporter, Carterville Lions Sports, IBEW, Local 702. Providing a better lifestyle for members and a better life for all.
Carterville's got 6 field goals in this second quarter. And one of those are 3. They've come in bunches. They hit 3 shots in a row from the field, missed 1, hit their next 3 shots in a row.
Carterville has the ball right now. Minute 40 remaining. From just off the elbow, Garby misses the jumper, and the rebound comes off to Barners for Harrisburg. And it's Lawler. It takes it into the front court. Slows things down, backs it up between the circles. More on him defensively. Takes it over to the left corner. Pass down low on the left elbow. Shot is just thrown up at the rim. No good. Rebound is no good. And by Barners. And the ball goes out of bounds. It's going to belong to the Lions. As it was Will Sanders that just flung one up. Was out of control. Carterville gets the ball. Minute 15 now remaining. Carson Pearson out ahead of the defense, but he has to pull it up. Gets it to Stritzel. Stritzel leaves for Garby, right wing. Bounce pass to Dylan Moore is almost stolen by Harrisburg, but Dylan Moore just flat lost it. He wiping his hands off. I think he just lost the handle on it. So it's going to belong to the Bulldogs.
Yeah, Carterville just, they've got a 12-point lead. No need to rush things. Sometimes they play a little bit out of control. They just need to settle down.
6 turnovers now on the Lions. Will Gibbs takes it to the right corner. That's where Will Sanders has it. Gets it to Lawler. Left-hand dribble around the top of the key. Down to the quarter, back to Gibbs. Gibbs looks inside. Was looking for Lawler. The ball goes out of bounds. It was Luke Stritzel that was there defensively to tip it away. Harrisburg will inbound from behind the basket. They get it to Sanders. Now back to Gibbs. Battles his way. Turnaround jumper too strong, but he's fouled by Carson Pearson. So it's going to be Will Gibbs at the line shooting a couple of free throws.
You know, Dave, earlier in the year we talked about how Carterville missed a lot of what we call bunnies. Easy shots in the paint, at the rim. I have to say, Harrisburg tonight in this first half, they've missed more easy shots than any team I've seen Carterville play this year.
I wish we had a shot chart that we could look at that. You're right.
And I'm talking about shots within 5 feet of the basket. Layups. I don't know. They've missed at least 4 or 5 layups.
Gibbs hit the first free throw to pull within 9. Hits the second. It's an 8-point game now with 37 seconds remaining. Gibbs has 4 points in the game. 30 seconds remaining in the half. Will Carterville hold for the final shot? Carson Pearson to Dylan Moore. Appears that Carterville will hold for the final shot. Bryce Anderson slows things down. Shane Hawkins gives the signal. Barks instructions at his Lions. Something about 3 fingers, whatever that means. That's the call.
Shoot it before there's 3 seconds, I believe.
5 seconds on the clock. Carson Pearson for 3 off the iron. No good. Rebound Harrisburg. And that's how we end the first half. 28-18. Carterville has the 10-point lead. Our halftime show is next here on News Radio WJPF. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Okay. All right.
I'll let him sit here. I'm going to stand. I need to stand anyway.
There he comes. Great. How are you?
All right.
Back here at Carterville, Dave McKenzie and Scott Hudson at the half, 28-18. The Lions with the lead. We'll talk about the first half of this game coming up here in just a little bit, but we're glad to have the head coach of the Carterville Junior High team, Mr. Corey Klauser, is here. You're playing for a state title tomorrow night.
Yes, we are. Thanks for having me on again.
There you go.
I could not be more excited about it. We're playing a very good Wolf Branch team. Very exciting game on Tuesday. We did an excellent job defensively on Grant Fridley, the best player from Westland. I know it sounds a little bit crazy that we held him to 24, but on Saturday he scored 41 against Bell Valley. Blake Berkey and Nolan Hartford. And As we just had
this place is going crazy.
Yep. We did an excellent job in our team defense, and we played an excellent game on Tuesday.
Nice win. And now your Lions are at 21-3. You got the win 56-48. This team just seems so resilient that the tougher the game, the harder they play, the better they play.
I agree. And what makes us so hard to beat and why we've had so much success is we get contributions from all 5 people on the court. Everyone that we have on offense is a threat at all times, and they contribute in some way, whether it's outside shooting, hard defense, inside scoring, handling the ball. We get contributions from everywhere.
In the game tomorrow night, Coach, is there anything that you see that you might be able to take advantage of? Anything, maybe it's your size, maybe it's your speed, quickness. What do you think will determine the game for you?
I think how well we execute against their 1-2 zone and some of their pressure, I think that's going to determine the game. If we get the ball inside, don't take selfish shots, work the ball around, and execute offensively, I think we'll be all right. They're a very athletic team. We're going to have to get back in transition, and we're going to have to do a very good job stopping their straight line drives and protecting the basket and having good help side D.
It's nice to see the success come to not just the team, but to you as the head coach. It's been fun watching you progress in your coaching career with this team, and how much fun are you having?
I'm having a blast. It almost doesn't seem that it's real, that we really are playing for a state title tomorrow. I'm happy for the kids, and Coach Fields, our assistant coach, said this today. I really feel happy for not only the starters, but the guys that are working hard in the scout team. I mean, these guys are 14 and 13 years old, and some of them, you know, in these tight games, probably know in the back of their mind they might not be coming into these big games, but they're still bringing it in practice and doing a great job with the scout team. They're fired up on the bench, and everyone's contributing, and it's been fun for everyone, and it's been a great ride, and it's almost sad that it's ending, but I really hope it ends with the title tomorrow.
And to watch those guys that are on the bench, they are on their feet, welcoming that team back during timeouts, big plays, jumping up and down. That is as important as the play on the floor.
Mm-hmm. All great teams have great team chemistry and great team camaraderie, and these guys are brothers. They've played together since they were little. They do things together. They hang out on the weekends. As you see them down there in the front row, they're all sitting next to each other. They love each other, and they're going to be lifelong friends, be at each other's weddings. They're always going to be friends, and this is just a part of their life right here.
We talked the other night a little bit, Coach, about how successful this group has been in other sports. And, you know, confidence breeds success. And I think one thing about your squad, not having seen them play, but because they've had success at the other levels, in baseball in particular, they've had to probably win some close games in baseball. They've had to win some close games in basketball. So although there's pressure, it's probably not like pressure maybe high school kids would feel, but they've got that mentality of we're going to find a way to win.
Oh, yes, they're resilient, and in a close game, I have confidence in them to pull through. The Massac County game was losable. Westland there for a stretch was losable, but we find ways to win because we have kids that know how to win and they want the ball in their hands. Our guards want to go to the line and make clutch free throws. They don't run from the ball. They run to it, and they want to get fouled, make the game-winning shot, make the clutch free throws, and they want to get it done down the stretch.
Coach Corey Klauser joining us here on the halftime show. But game time is set for 7:30 at Rend Lake. It's going to be Carterville taking on Wolf Branch. They're out of Swansea,
yep.
To give you an idea. Good luck tomorrow night. Bring home this championship, and we'll see you when the bus gets back in town tomorrow night.
Thank you very much. Hope we get it done. All the Lions fans out there, come on out and support us.
Corey Klauser joining us here on the halftime show. We'll take a break. When we come back, Scott and I will break it down the first half of this basketball game. Coming up on News Radio WJPF. That is one truly, truly nice guy.
It seems like
Love Corey. Jake was one of his assistant coaches 2 years ago.
Oh, okay.
And was at his wedding, stood up with him at his wedding. many breaks left? Okay. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by the Bank of Carbondale's Carterville Banking Center. Bank of Carbondale, they offer a variety of personal and business banking services. You can find out more. Go to the website, tboc.com. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. We're at the half. Carterville has a 10-point lead, 28-18, Scott Hudson.
Well, Carterville in the first half shot 43% from the field, only 26% for the Harrisburg Bulldogs. Rebounding, the Lions out-rebounded the Bulldogs 16-11. Cruz, Stritzel, Moore, Garby, and Anderson all had 3 rebounds in that first half for Carterville. For Harrisburg, they had Gibbs, Lawler, Barners, and Watson all with 2 turnovers. Harrisburg with 8, Carterville with 6.
When you look at scoring for Harrisburg, Darian Barners has 7, Will Gibbs has 4, Will Sanders has 2, and Andrew Biddle has 3. 18 points on the board for the Harrisburg Bulldogs. Carterville was led by the senior Luke Stritzel. Don't forget, Eli Downen out of the game tonight, may be done for the season as he hurt his hand against Sparta on Saturday night. Stritzel leads the Lions tonight with 9 points. Bryce Anderson with 2. Tyler Biddle has 6. Dylan Moore has 4. And Carson Pearson hit a 3. And then, of course, the senior, his second appearance in a game this year, Tony Cruz gets a bucket there. Big moment in this game, and so glad that senior got some points.
Scored the first basket of the game. Got 3 rebounds in probably, 4 minutes of play? Yep. I mean, hey, if it's your senior year, you want to go out big, that's exactly what Mr. Cruz did.
Outstanding first half of basketball, just very entertaining. Of course, Carterville, a rough weekend last weekend, getting beat by Nashville and Sparta. The weekend prior to that, outstanding. 2 overtime winners on last-second shots against Anna Jonesboro and Massac County. And now, Scott, after tonight, there's only 2 regular season games left. We will find out where Carterville will play in the regional. Speculation is probably Massac is where regionals will be held. A voting by the coaches around Southern Illinois ends at noon tomorrow, so Friday, IHSA will announce the playoff pairings.
Could be Massac, could be Freeburg, could be Salem, could be Breese Central, although I don't think that'll end up being the case. But the next 2 games for Carterville, obviously on the road against 2 teams that have over 40 wins combined, Pinckneyville and Heron, so it's not going to be easy, and especially with Down and your big guy out, that makes it even tougher. But you know one thing for sure about a Hawkins coach team, they're going to come out, they're going to play hard regardless.
Nice thing about this Lions team, 6 turnovers in the game is all they've had. They've played well tonight.
Well, they have, and I think of those 6, probably 3 would be of the unforced type.
Yeah.
You know, they weren't really forced into theirs. They just made a bad pass, something along that line. But, you know, Harrisburg missed a lot of layups in that first half. This game could probably be a lot closer if they would have made some of their shots. But Carterville at one point had about a 14-point lead, and then Harrisburg cut it to 10 late in that second quarter. So Carterville needs to come out strong here in the third.
Don't forget the Carterville Junior High plays tomorrow night at 7:30. That game is at Rend Lake. That will be for the Class L state tournament. The Carterville High School girls, Matt Crane and the gang, they're going to be playing Centralia at Carbondale High School. 7:30 is the game time tomorrow night. That is for the regional title at Carbondale. And then let's also not forget this weekend, Matt Jones from the Carterville wrestling team, Coach Ruiz, and staff will be heading, I think it's in Bloomington. I don't know if it's in Springfield or exactly, but the state title, wrestling title will be determined this weekend, and Carterville's Matt Jones is wrestling for a state title. Last weekend, I came out here for the sectionals at midday. This place was packed, and then a while ago I was talking with Brett Dial, and he was telling me how they set up just the 2 mats for the final wrestlebacks and the championships. They had the lights dimmed, loud music blaring. Both sides were packed and said it was rock star status in here for those finals. And good luck to Matt Jones next week at state.
No question. Wrestling is not for the faint of heart. It is a fun sport to watch in person, obviously, but good luck to Matt Jones at State this weekend.
We're underway. Carterville has the basketball to start the second half. They're moving from right to left. Of course, Carterville in the home whites. Harrisburg in the road purple with the white letters. 28-18, a 10-point lead for the Lions as the ball is slapped out of bounds. That wrestling is hardcore. I'm not joking you. And you remember Uriah Hart from Anna Jonesboro? His sister wrestles.
Wow.
And she, I don't know how far she wound up making, but I watched her wrestle twice, and she was outstanding. And that state championship wrestling's in her blood, I can tell you that, as Austin Garby gets the right-hand layup to get the first bucket of the third quarter.
Garby got the ball just free throw line extended and said, "Here I come, stop me," and nobody did.
They were smart not to step in front of him. He was going full speed. As the Bulldogs have it into the front court, Biddle with the right-hand dribble. Moore cuts him off as he tried to come to the right wing. Hands it off to Lawler, Jesse Lawler now, the left-hand dribble. Pushes off on Dylan Moore, no call with the elbow. 30-18, Carterville up 12. Lawler just dribbling around in the backcourt. Now to Gibbs. The ball is out of bounds off of Carterville. The pass was intended inside for Zane Hayes.
Yeah, Moore just got inside or came around from the right side to knock that ball away.
Gibbs is going to trigger just below us here. Gets it down low. Bank shot is good from Harrisburg's Will Sanders. He's got 4 in the game. Outlet pass too long, and it's a turnover on the Carterville Lions on the second possession here in the second half.
Well, that's what you call leading your receiver just a little too far.
Just a bit outside.
Yeah.
10-point lead, under 7 in the third. Dave McKenzie along with Scott Hudson. Oh, there was Will Gibbs winds up on the floor, gets up, looking at the official. Why was nothing called? It's Sanders that has back-to-back buckets for Harrisburg.
Yeah, this game's getting a little chippy.
Yeah,
officials might want to take control of this.
And it's within 8. It's been that way the whole game. The first half they were barking each other. Carterville misses the layup. Harrisburg gets the board. Here comes Hayes, leaves it for Gibbs, has his shot blocked by Bryce Anderson. Bryce Anderson does it all. He gets rebounds, he dribbles, he shoots, he blocks shots. He's 5'8".
Does he drive the bus back from games, too?
And he will also be driving the bus to Pinckneyville.
I bet you if you gave him a pair of pom-poms, he'd cheer, too.
As we've got a blocking foul. He also blocks and gets called for blocking foul. Speaking of Friday night, have you seen the weather forecast for Friday night?
Yes, I have. That's been on my mind since about noon today.
Do we have a company station snowmobile?
I don't know. Well, I'll tell you what, Steve, we're going to borrow your truck.
the Tonka truck, you're
yes.
right. As the shot is no good from Will Sanders and a whistle and a foul on the Lions. It's going to be on Carterville's Austin Garby. It's going to be foul number 2 on the junior. And at the line will be Will Sanders.
Harrisburg's come out and played a little bit harder on both ends of the floor. Carterville's got to be careful here. You know, this game is not well in hand yet. And now with one more free throw, Harrisburg can cut this lead to 6 points.
As Will Sanders hits the first free throw, I'm sure Randy Smith-Peters had him fired up at half. Second one is good. 8 now for Sanders. And as Scott said, it's a 6-point game. Dylan Moore takes the inbound pass from Stritzel. No pressure in the backcourt as he crosses the timeline. Gets it to Garby, and we have a whistle and a foul on Harrisburg. Foul is going to be on Jesse Lawler. That's going to be number 3 on the sophomore. I believe he's going to, nope, it's going to be Will Sanders. No, it will be Lawler that comes out. As I said, he's got 3 fouls. So checking in is Darian Barners, the junior. He's got 7 points in the game off the bench. Anderson triggers the inbounds, gets it to Garby. Garby takes it into the paint. Now wide open 3 from Biddle, just a bit off. Ball is battled for. Moore winds up with it, gets it to Anderson. He'll reset. Left side it goes. Tyler Biddle, head fake, drives the baseline. Shot is up, fouled, and is going to shoot free throws.
Once he got the ball in the left corner, the defender came out, bit on the head fake, and Biddle drove down the baseline and drew the foul.
Tyler had He started off ball of fire in the first quarter. He wound up with 6 points in the first. This is his first point since then. Scoreless in the second, the senior. Tonight, the two seniors, Stritzel and Biddle, exceptionally well played tonight. So he's got 8 now as he hit both free throws. Back to an 8-point lead for the Lions. Just under 6 minutes remaining. And Harrisburg Gibbs just threw it away. Nobody even saw the pass coming.
No, I think he thought Sanders was going to break towards the corner, and Sanders just stayed on the low block and watched it go out of bounds.
So the first turnover on Harrisburg here in the second half. Carterville has one as well. Garby. Ball is on the floor, winds up back in Garby's hand. He's out of bounds, though, on the floor. So it's a second turnover on the Lions here in this half.
Yeah, not a good pass from Garby to Stritzel. threw it at his shins, and Stritzel wasn't able to come up with it.
32-24. Lions the 8-point lead. Burners kicks it out. Open three is buried from Andrew Biddle for Harrisburg. He's got 2 threes in this game. And it's a 5-point lead now for the Lions with the basketball. Across the logo at midcourt, Bryce Anderson to the left wing. Left-right dribble, drives the baseline, puts the shot up, has it blocked by Burners. Here come the Bulldogs the other way. Turnover on the Lions. But Harrisburg throws the ball out of bounds. Another turnover on the Harrisburg. Well, you talk about turnovers. Last night in the girls' game, Carterville come out and just stunned Carbondale. They forced 14 first-quarter turnovers, and Carterville led 30-6 at the end of the first. It was crazy how good the defense was.
Can you say over?
It was over after one. You're exactly right. As Stritzel fires from 3, no good. Garby gets the rebound and the putback, and Austin Garby has 6 points in the game. Carterville's back up 34-27.
Carterville missed their last 4 shots, so that was a much-needed basket.
Big board by Austin Garby. Will Gibbs, crossover, left wing, 3-ball, no good. That shot taken by Zane Hayes. He has 2 threes in the game. Bryce Anderson quickly into the front court. Nice pass to Austin Garby, cutting down the lane. Garby just lays it home. 36-27, a 9-point lead for the Lions.
That's 2 good plays in this game by Anderson, getting the ball to guys that are open underneath.
Randy Smith-Peters calls timeout and says, get here. And they all gather around. Timeout with 4 minutes left, 36-27. We'll be back on News Radio WJPF. $30, please. All right. If you're watching online, thank you so much. I appreciate it. You ever see the movie Bull Durham?
Yes, I did.
You know the lollygaggers
Yes.
line in that? What do you call that? Lollygaggers. That's exactly what Randy Smith-Peters said to his Harrisburg Bulldogs. You're just lollygagging back, and Carterville beat you deep on that last bucket by the Lions as Harrisburg does convert here on the near end. Andrew Biddle has his first 2-pointer. He's got 8 in the game. But that's exactly what Coach Smith-Peters was saying to his team. What do you call that? Lollygaggers. Yep. What do they do? Lollygag. 3:40 on the clock. 36-29. Carterville with the basketball in the front court. Tyler Biddle left wing. Steps inside the arc, leaves it for Stritzel. His pass into the paint to Garby. Dylan Moore takes over from there. Now Garby head fake from 3. Backs it up, gets it back to Moore. They work around toward the left side, and that's a travel called on Bryce Anderson. He just took a hop step, and that you can't do that.
You can't do
Except
that.
in the NBA.
Right, in the NBA, that's legal.
Did you see on TV the guy that took the 6 steps
on
the drive and no call?
Was this an NBA game?
It was an NBA game.
No,
and the official
steps.
said he bobbled the ball as he was going, and he regained possession, but it was just crazy.
Well,
It's
the reason why I like high school and college basketball.
Yeah, exactly. If we have a whistle and a foul away from the ball, it's going to be on Darian Barners. Harrisburg has Barners with 2, Hayes with 2, Biddle has 2, and Lawler has 3. Carterville only has Biddle and Garby with 2 each. 3 ball from Biddle is no good for Harrisburg, but the ball is on the floor. Battle for the ball. Jump ball is called, and it's going to belong and stay with Harrisburg.
Harrisburg staying within 10 points, anywhere from 6 to 7, 8 points. Carterville really needs to extend this lead. Do not give this Harrisburg team thoughts of pulling an upset.
This Lions broadcast brought to you by Mayor Brad Robinson and the entire city of Carterville. Proud sponsors and supporters of Carterville Lions sports. Also brought to you by Southern Illinois Healthcare, dedicated to the communities we serve. You can call toll-free 866-744-2468 or go to the website, sih.net. Bulldogs basketball. They trigger just below us. Down onto the block. Shot is put up. No good. And Stritzel gets the board. And Carson Pearson into the game for the first time here in the second half. Takes it across midcourt.
Whoa,
the ball is kicked
out.
into the crowd. Nice hands over on the far side. She's okay.
Tell you what, that's good reflexes.
That was good reflexes. Front row.
You better pay attention, you sit on the front row.
I don't know. She says she's okay. Carterville has it. Pearson almost has his pocket picked. Ball's on the floor, and Stritzel comes away with it, saves it for the Lions. Kick save at a beauty, but Bryce Anderson's pass is tipped away. Turnover on the Lions, and he fouls Barners as he goes to the hole.
Carterville only had 6 turnovers at half. They already have 4 here in the third quarter, and there's been several games this year where the third quarter has been the difference between winning and losing, and right now Carterville's not having a very good third quarter.
Darian Barners, who was fouled by Bryce Anderson, wore goggles, and I think those got broke. And the officials are getting together and having a chat. So the foul was on Carterville's Bryce Anderson. That's 2 on Bryce. Barners is going to be at the line. They're trying to tape up Barner's glasses. That's what they're trying to do. Randy Smith-Peters acts as a vice, holds the glasses, and the trainer here for Harrisburg puts the old-fashioned, who was it for L.A.? Kurt Rambis tape.
Kurt Rambis, yep.
Kurt Rambis tape on the nose piece, right in the middle.
Kind of like the Hanson brothers off the movie Slapshot.
Yeah, they visited. I saw a video for that this week. I've been watching a lot of YouTube lately. Can you tell? Barners is good. He's got the specs. Oh, no, he took them off. It must not have worked. She's going to have to do a little bit. Need more tape. You got to have black electrical tape. That's what you need.
Either that or a welder.
They'll fix it up. Barners is at the line. With or without. He's perfect from the line. With or without the glasses. 6-point lead for the Lions.
Like, why didn't you take those off earlier this year?
2 for 2. Again, perfect from the line. He's got 9 in the game. 2.5 remaining here in the third, 36-31. How many movie references can we get into a broadcast? Murph would love this.
I was getting ready to say not as many as Murph could.
I know. But his is like all superhero stuff.
Yeah. We're not superheroes.
No.
We're not even heroes.
Sports movies, we can do that. Pearson fires from 3, no good. And it's the Bulldogs that come away with the rebound. They're bringing it the other way. 2 minutes remaining here in the third quarter. 36-31, a 5-point Lion lead. Lawler has it. Spin move at the top of the key. Over to the corner. Gibbs fires from 3. That's off the iron. Garby gets the board quickly off to Carson Pearson the other way. Going to take it to the hole. Gets his man in the air. Gets fouled and is going to go to the line and shoot 2 free throws as he was able to draw the foul from Will Sanders.
Carterville's had good success tonight when they've got the rebound, defensive rebound, and gone up the floor quickly. They've beaten Harrisburg down the floor several times. At times tonight, Carterville's really struggled in their half-court game.
Well, look at the size of this Lions team. I mean, their transition, they're quick to the other end of the floor. Not that Eli Downen isn't quick for a guy 6'4", but it's different. I mean, these are 5'8", 5'10",
there's like water bugs out there.
Yeah, exactly. So Dylan Moore checks out. Luke Stritzel's going to get a breather. Second free throw from Pearson is good. He's got 5 for Carterville, and it's back to a 7-point game. Minute 40 remaining here in the third quarter. Gibbs has it at the logo. Midcourt takes it to the left side. To Biddle. Give and go to Gibbs, and he lays it home. 6 now for Will Gibbs. Back to a 5-point game.
Harrisburg just won't go away.
Pearson breaks the press and the pressure in the backcourt. Gets it to Cam Hall, who just checked into the game. Now to Garby. Carterville runs the offense. Nice move from Garby as he battles his way into the paint. Throws it up and will go to the line. They're going to say the foul was on the floor. It's on Barners. It's going to be, I've got him for 3. 4th team foul on the Bulldogs, though. Carterville has 4 team fouls as we have 63 seconds. Turnover on the Lions. Here comes Barners, gets the layup. And a timeout taken by Coach Randy Smith-Peters with 60 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. It's going to be a full timeout. We'll be back in 60 seconds on News Radio WJPF. This Lions broadcast brought to you by the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local 702. IBEW Local 702, providing a better lifestyle for members and a better life for all. 3-point lead with 60 seconds remaining here in the third.
Harrisburg has made as many field goals in this third quarter as they did the entire first half. And Carterville has struggled from the field, hitting only 3 field goals, and that's why we have a game.
Carterville had a 10-point lead, 28-18 at the half. Dylan Moore got away with a walk there.
Yes, he did.
That was that 6-step travel that I was talking about earlier. Carterville with the ball, though. Anderson now to Biddle. Carterville's really been working their cuts through the lane very, very well. And if it's there, they've been making that pass in, and it's converting. Or as Coach Shane Hawkins calls it, likes to gash that defense. 28 seconds remaining. Carterville nursing a 3-point lead here in the third quarter. Carterville 12-16. Harrisburg 6-20 on the year. 17, 16, 15 seconds remaining in the third. 38-35. Anderson has it now, top of the key. Left, right. Oh, nice move on his man. Takes it, leaves it for Garby. Garby gets it, has to, trying to pass it down low to Cameron Hall, who was in the paint. It's tipped out of bounds off of Harrisburg. So Carterville caught a break with 2.8 seconds left. They're going to have a chance at a last-second shot here.
Got to get somebody open quick off the inbound.
Dylan Moore has it. They don't know how much time, and they can't get a shot off. 38-35, Carterville leads it at the end of the third quarter. Fourth quarter action next on News Radio WJPF. Going to the fourth quarter, the Carterville Lions lead the Harrisburg Bulldogs 38-35.
Carterville only shot 37% in that third quarter, 54% for the Harrisburg Bulldogs.
As we start play here in the second half, don't forget we're going to be talking to the 5 seniors in our postgame show, so it'll be just a touch of an extended postgame here this evening on NewsRadio WJPF. Carterville with the ball to begin play here in the fourth. Cameron Hall drives the baseline, nobody there, but he bounces it off the bottom of the rim. He got in a little bit too tight. Garby gets the board. He tried to put it up and had the ball taken away. Turnover on the Lions. Here come the Bulldogs. They're down 3, 7.5 left here in the fourth quarter. Can you smell overtime? Turnover on the Bulldogs again.
Miscommunication all over the floor tonight for Harrisburg when it comes to passing the ball, not knowing when somebody's going to stop, not knowing when somebody's going to break towards the basket.
Carterville gets the ball in. I was going to say, is it just me or do you feel a touch of overtime coming? Nice move by Dylan Moore, right-hand layup. Oh, he got the touch, got the bounce. Moore has 6. Carterville back up 5.
Now they got to play defense. Create a turnover, maybe turn that into points.
Need some stops right here. Couple of them, and points the other way. 40-35, 7 minutes remaining in the game. Into the paint, Barners has it. Turnaround jumper is good. He's impressive. I like this junior. He's got 13 for Harrisburg. Cameron Hall, and we have a hold foul on Harrisburg. That's going to be called on Ben Brombaugh, who's into the game. I think this may be the first time he's in the game.
5th team foul for the Bulldogs.
And Carterville has a 3-point lead. Length of the floor to go. Hall triggers to Anderson. Harrisburg backs off defensively. They give Bryce Anderson the midcourt stripe. He's across it toward the left side. Left-hand dribble to Dylan Moore. And a whistle and a foul as he bumps into Barners. That's going to be the 3rd team foul, or excuse me, the 3rd personal foul on Barners.
Yeah, Barnes, that was just kind of a bad break because he's standing right there. Moore just turned right into him, and the official called the foul.
Carterville basketball on the far end from the baseline. 6.5 remaining. Nice pass to Dylan Moore. Excuse me, Tyler Biddle. He takes it into the paint, puts the shot up, and gets fouled. And will shoot 2 free throws.
Well, a game like this, you got to hit your free throws down the stretch. Again, I think Carterville should be up by 10 to 12 points, but their poor shooting in the third quarter has allowed the Bulldogs to get back in this.
Jesse Lawler just picked up his 4th foul. He's the one that got into Biddle. The senior Tyler hits his first free throw. He's got 9. We've seen games where Carterville hits the free throws down the stretch. Where were we at? West Frankfort, they went, 23 of 24 from the stripe one night. Then you see the Benton game in overtime where they had 3 1-and-1s to ice it and couldn't do it. Tyler Biddle hits both here. And it's back to a 5-point lead. 6.5 remaining. Will Gibbs. He trying to get it to Zane Hayes. They both kind of were coming down the lane, but throws the ball out of bounds. Hayes couldn't control it. Turnover on the Bulldogs. So it's going to belong to the Lions.
4 turnovers in the second half for the Bulldogs. Carterville, which had 6 the entire first half, already had 6 this half.
5-second call, though, on the Lions as Luke Stritzel could not get the ball in. So that's a turnover. And Coach Randy Smith-Peters, he's going about 3 deep on his bench, 4 deep it looks like, and he makes the offensive-defensive substitutions immediately. So that's how it's going to go here tonight. Harrisburg basketball, 42-37. Gibbs has it, brings it near side. That's Lawler. Up top, back to Gibbs. Left-hand dribble around the top. Dylan Moore cuts him off. Gibbs loses the handle. No, excuse me, not Gibbs. It was Biddle. Harrisburg misses the shot. A big tie-up between Garby and Barners. It's just been one of those little nitpicking, chippy battles all night long.
Well, Harrisburg only has 6 wins on the season. They're probably frustrated every game. They're trying to get their 7th win. Hasn't been a great season. But if you're going to rip the ball out of Garby's hands,
good luck.
You better come with a little bit more strength than that.
Yeah. Austin's at the line. Here tonight, he's got 8 points already. And he's shooting the front end of a 1-and-1. Misses the front end.
Biddle misses their putback.
5:50 left here in the game. 42-37. Lions with the lead, though. As it is Gibbs, it takes it to the hole. He gets fouled. They're going to call that on Bryce Anderson. That's going to be foul number 3. And that's going to be team foul number 5 on Carterville. Inbounds pass goes to Sanders. Sanders bumps into Garby, pulls up the dribble, needs some help. Finally gets it to Biddle. Biddle just drives. And he missed the left-hand layup. The rebound from Hayes. Tyler Biddle for Carterville was on the block, but he went out to guard his man in the corner, which left the lane open for Andrew Biddle. He misses the layup, and it's Zane Hayes that gets the rebound and gets fouled.
I don't think I've seen a team miss this many layups in one game.
I know it.
And they're only down by 4.
And Bryce Anderson just picked up his 4th foul.
That's not a good thing.
That is not.
There's still 5:28 to go in this game. Carterville loses their point guard. It could be big trouble.
As Zane Hayes bangs the second one home. 4 points now for the junior from Harrisburg. Substitutions for both teams. Carterville has Stritzel
out of bounds.
Dylan Moore stepped out of bounds.
You got to know where you're at on the floor. That's an unforced error.
Here comes the offensive gang from Harrisburg and Coach Randy Smith-Peters. They substitute 3 at a time now. Offensive and defensive subs. 5.5 remaining. Harrisburg has the ball. They get it into Sanders. Garby's on him out top, way out high. Sanders hands it to Lawler. Lawler playing with 4 fouls. Left-right dribble, reverses, brings it near side. Gets it to Gibbs. Now to Biddle. Biddle for Harrisburg with the left-hand dribble to the left wing. Pass down to the block. Gets it to Hayes. His shot, no good. Gets his own board. Put back, no good. Battle for the board. It goes. It's kept to Harrisburg. Layup is good by Harrisburg's Biddle. That is 10 points now for the sophomore.
That's a 1-point game.
42-41. 4:45 remaining in the game. Bryce Anderson slowly across midcourt. Left wing Biddle, Tyler Biddle for Carterville. Top of the key, it goes to Moore, now to Anderson, right wing. Between the leg dribble, inside the arc, backs it up. Carterville resets their offense. Right side to Dylan Moore. Moore, one step. Oh, no call as Moore got smoked.
He did.
No call. He gets the ball and he puts it up, gets the runner to go. That's 8 now for Dylan, and a timeout taken by Coach Shane Hawkins. We'll take a break as well. 4:09 remaining, 44-41. Carterville, the 3-point lead on NewsRadio WJPF. It's a 30. Outstanding. This Lions broadcast brought to you by Charlie's Air Conditioning and Heating in beautiful downtown Carterville, Illinois. For over 30 years, a certified York dealer. They service all brands. Call 985-2502 or go to their website, charliesairconditioningandheating.com. 4:09 remaining in the game. It's a 3-point Lion lead, 44-41.
Carterville just needs to play good defense. Get some stops and then run clock on the offensive end.
Exactly. They're up 3. Harrisburg has the ball, though. Lawler between the circles with the right-hand dribble, reverses back to the left wing. That's Andrew Biddle. Gets it down on the block. Sanders misses the shot. The ball goes out of bounds off of Harrisburg. Sanders is frustrated, but the ball's going to belong to the Lions, so Coach Smith-Peters makes his defensive substitution right here.
It's like watching a hockey game, changing on the fly.
Don't forget, Carterville will be scheduled to play on Friday night. However, weather-wise, there's some frozen precipitation in the forecast for Friday afternoon. So we'll have to see. Remember when Carterville played Pinckneyville earlier, that everybody canceled except for Carterville Pinckneyville that night. Austin Garvey with a nice runner gets the layup. He's got 10 now in the game, and Carterville's back to a 5-point lead. So we'll see if we play Friday night. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, and I don't know that that game would be made up because it has no bearing on the conference.
Yep.
They would probably just not replay it.
Carterville's only scheduled for one game next week. That's the finale in Herrin on Friday night as we have a whistle and a foul. Will Sanders took it to hole, but he was fouled, misses the shot. Foul is on Stritzel. That's number 2 on the senior from Carterville. And at the line will be Will Sanders. Will's got 8 points in the game, but he's going to be shooting 2 free throws here. And a chance to get to double digits. Misses the first. Finale at Herrin. That's always a fun game. Don't forget, Carterville, that was win number 1 of the season, wasn't it?
It was, and I'm sure Eli Dana was looking forward to going back and playing against his old teammates, but unfortunately, he's got a bad hand and not going to be able to play.
Sanders hits the second free throw, 9 now. Yeah, unfortunate. He was really disappointed when I talked to him. Happened against Sparta. Not really sure exactly what happened. All we know is his hand's in a cast, and he's not playing.
Well, he's a sophomore. It's not like he's a senior, and he's not going to finish out his career. So
exactly. Stritzel, a nice 15-footer for the Lions. That put him in double digits. He's got 11, and it's a 6-point lead for the Lions. As Berners misses the bunny. Oh, that should have been a travel, not called. They get it to Lawler. Puts it to the block. Shot is up, bounces off the back of the rim, off the head of Luke Stritzel, and Bryce Anderson gets the board. Here goes Anderson into the front court. 2.5 remaining. 6-point lead, 48-42.
Look for Carterville just to run clock here. They don't have to score another basket.
Dylan Moore takes and throws it up at the rim. He got fouled, so that's going to put him at the line. Hit the free throws.
Yeah, if you're going to take it to the hole and get fouled, you got to make your free throws because that's the good news. You make your free throws and you go up by 8. The bad news is if you miss these, the clock is stopped when you miss them, and Harrisburg's still in the game.
Good news for Lions fans is Darian Barners, the leading scorer for Harrisburg, just fouled out with his 5th foul. So Dylan Moore is at the line shooting 2. He's got 8 in the game. First one rims out. This Lions broadcast brought to you by Southern Illinois Healthcare, dedicated to the communities we serve. Call 866-744-2468 or visit SIH.net. Don't forget, we'll name our Joe's Lawn Care and Snow Removal star of the game coming up on the postgame show. Dylan Moore misses both of those free throws. Lawler drives, throws it up at the rim, no good. It's Biddle that gets the shot put back. He misses that, and Dylan Moore gets the rebound. Quickly to Bryce Anderson, backs it up. Andrew Biddle, Harrisburg's going to have to start fouling now. Under 2 to go. They're down 6. Tyler Biddle for Carterville has it. Gets it to Garby. Garby now to Luke Stritzel. Nice pass to Garby. Puts it up, gets the roll. Way to go, boys.
Garby's had a nice game, especially in this second half.
He leads the Lions with 12 points here tonight. Sanders gets it down low, and the bucket is good from Will Gibbs. He's got 8 for Harrisburg, but it's a 6-point lead for the Lions. Bryce Anderson to Dylan Moore. He runs in to Will Sanders. They're going to call Sanders on the foul.
That's twice in the second half where Sanders has just been in the wrong place, wrong time. He's had players that have turned into him, and the officials have called a foul on him.
Bad luck.
Yep.
Dylan Moore gets the first one to fall after missing 2 just moments ago. Dylan's got 9 points. Dylan has 10 points. 1, 2, 3, 4 players for the Lions in double digits here this evening. Sanders loses the handle. The ball's on the floor. Tyler Biddle is there. Jump ball belongs to the Bulldogs. We've got a timeout called by Shane Hawkins. It's going to be a full. We'll go on and take a break, and when we come back, we'll have the conclusion. Carterville up 52-44 with 1:09 remaining here on News Radio WJPF. So we're done now, right? Okay.
Uh.
69 seconds remain in this game between the Carterville Lions and the Harrisburg Bulldogs. Lions with the lead, 52-44.
Well, it looks like Carterville's. I don't want to say anything, but I'm going to. I'm going to step back.
Be bold, my friend. Be bold.
I think Carterville is going to end up winning this game, but they're going to have to probably hit some free throws down the stretch.
The ball belongs to the Lions. They spread out on the inbounds pass. The pass was intended for Stritzel, and it's tipped out of bounds off of Harrisburg. So Carterville will have it in the front court on the baseline, right in front of the cheerleaders. Again, senior night. Thank you to all our seniors. Just a great night to my Allie. So proud of you. Been a pretty emotional night as Shane Hawkins calls a timeout. But to the seniors, Cody Rector, Luke Stritzel, Tyler Biddle, Dylan Moore, Tony Cruz, so happy he got on in the scorebook tonight early in the game. And the cheerleaders, of course, Allie Turner, Bethany Eckendurl, Annalise Stunderdale, Delaney Howerton, and to all the other seniors. I know those because we see them all season long, but the wrestling seniors, I know Bailey Hicks was in there. He's been fun to watch the last 4 years of his high school career. The bowling team was announced, the dance team. It's hard to believe basketball season is not far from being done, my friend.
It is. It's hard
I
to
can
believe.
just focus on the St. Louis Blues for a couple weeks.
You know, winners of 7 in a row, really playing well now. But I was a little confused. I came to the gym tonight in a suit and tie because they said it's senior night. I said, well, I'm a senior.
You qualify.
When do I get to walk down the floor? And I realized, oh, it's seniors in a high school. So I was a little confused.
And here you thought that shows the difference. You wear a suit and I wear a tutu out here.
Yeah,
so.
I know. We dress differently, I guess.
Apparently. 66 seconds remaining. Carterville, I wouldn't say a comfortable 8-point lead, but they have an 8-point lead. You know that they're going to be fouling immediately as they get into Dylan Moore, and there's the call. The foul's going to be on Will Gibbs. That's number 3. And Dylan Moore is at the line shooting free throws. So that's going to put Carterville in the double bonus. That's foul number 10. Carterville clears the free throw line. Moore at the stripe by himself, hits the first. We need to name our Joe's Lawn Care and Snow Removal star of the game, and we got a lot of people we could choose from.
Yeah. And one of those, Austin Garvey, who's had a really good game and has had to kind of carry the load on the inside offensively since Downan's out now.
Well done by Dylan Moore. He hits both free throws. 12 now for the senior. Wide open three the other way is no good as Moore gets the board. He gets hit from behind, runs into a cheerleader here from Harrisburg. She's tough.
Pay attention,
she jumps
ladies.
right back up. She's okay. Cheerleaders are tough too, I'm telling you.
Now we've got a little
conversation between
Stritzel and Lawler.
And Lawler chest bumps him on the pass. Under a minute to play. 10-point lead now for the Lions. Long three. No good. Lawler gets the rebound. Off the hands. Oh, they're going to say it was off of Garby. Garby says, I didn't touch it. It looked to me like it was off the hands of Will Sander. So, Harrisburg basketball. 44 seconds. Biddle takes it into the paint, and we have another whistle on the floor on Carterville.
Shane Hawkins.
Hands on his knees, head down. Bryce Anderson just picked up his 5th foul. His last home game here as a sophomore. He's going to be fun to watch the next 2 years. And with the freshman team next to a couple of the 8th graders that are going to be coming up, it's possible we could see a couple of freshmen play next year.
Yeah, it's going to be an exciting time for Carterville basketball over the next 2-3 years for sure.
I know Shane's not crazy about playing freshmen
now we got
varsity.
A technical on Sanders. I don't know what he said, what he did, but Smith Peters is not going to argue it.
And he's going to replace him with Brendan Watson. Sanders is one of those that's been scrapping all night. Lawler's been a scrapper as well.
Now Sanders is pointing at one of the Carterville players, and it's been a chippy game all night long. And now the official's talking to Coach Smith Peters. Smith Peters is holding Sanders back, and Sanders is still looking at I don't know which Carterville player he got into it with. My guess would be either Garby or Stritzel, since they're the two big men.
Yep. He's upset, though.
Yeah, he's not happy.
He comes to the sideline, though. Randy Smith Peters pulls him out. Official comes over to talk to Shane Hawkins. First free throw on the technical.
Well,
so did they call double technicals?
I guess that's what they did, because Moore's going to go shoot at the other end. So
Dylan Moore.
Unless I don't know.
Gets that one.
Okay, he'll get one more. So there was not a technical on Carterville.
Oh, he was
Maybe he
finishing
was shooting the second of the 1-and-1.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. Moore hits 1 of 2 on the technical, but more importantly, gives the ball to the Lions.
Yeah.
With 41.5 seconds remaining. 9-point lead now for Carterville.
Now
we have a whistle and a foul on Harrisburg's Brendan Watson. The Carterville fans cheer.
Well, really, that's a smart foul. You foul before the clock starts. So, you know, you don't want any time to run off.
Carterville fans feeling maybe they've been slighted in the foul calls tonight. Carson Pearson misses the first. Substitutions for Coach Randy Smith Peters. He's still talking to the official here down below us. Number 30 for Carterville, the junior for 5'8". Second free throw is off the iron. Harrisburg brings it in quickly the other way. Here comes Gibbs. Biddle's going to fire from 3 off the iron, no good. Rebound Harrisburg out top. Zane Hayes fires from 3, no good. Ball is back in Harrisburg's hand, and Gibbs is fouled and will go to the line and shoot 2 free throws. Foul on Carterville's number 5, Luke Stritzel. That's going to be number 3 on Luke.
7 offensive rebounds in this second half for Harrisburg. That, in part, is keeping them within striking distance, although I don't know if they're going to be able to come back from a 9-point, now 8-point deficit. But like Carterville, Harrisburg has played hard tonight.
Yes, they have.
And when you don't have a lot of talent, when you have